Hey Shalom, Sister Kate here, and this part of my video is for Sunnyslope Homestead. I am a chicken rancher also, and I want you to see my flocks. I have two. I got the black Angus, you can see them right there, and then right next to them with the yellow beaks and stuff, those are the Brahmas. They come from India, special, because they're heat tolerant, those guys there, and so far, there's not a lot of problem with the two kinds of cattle there. They mix pretty well. The Angus cattle I've had for a while. They're older girls. But they've been steady, good egg producers. And I'm not the kind who just has my cattle laying eggs for me and then I eat them. You know, I'm not that kind of rancher. I'm the kind of rancher where they lay eggs for me and I take good care of them, and eventually they pass, and then I replace them with new cattle, with new calves that I buy. And well, you can see I picked them because they got the glossy coats. Can you see that? They got sort of like iridescent green and blue in their coat. They got real nice coloring in their comb and on their feet. Even though they're older girls, they're kind of dark on their feet because they are Angus. And then the Brahmas are much younger. You can tell by the bright yellow beaks and the bright yellow feet. And those Brahmas were the rescue Brahmas. You remember, they were in overcrowded conditions and they lost all their coat. They were covered in manure. And they're in bad shape. They had foot infections and so on, so we treated them, got them all cleaned up. Oh, this is a horrible weed to chew on. But they're real good at fending for themselves. They're kind of free range, these ones. That's the rooster. He's had a bit of a big red. He's had a bit of a hard time. The African guineas that we have, the males have been picking on him and pulled all his tail feathers out, but he's a pretty good guy. What's up, guy? You doing all right? He watches over the girls, he sweet talks them, you know, he leads them around, shows them good places to eat and stuff like that. He's a really good bull. And I've got a small herd here. You see that because I'm an older lady, and so I don't want 100 head. I don't want to have to worry about all that. I like these girls, and then, you know, probably next year I'll get some new blood in, start to replace the herd a little bit, go for some younger, and I think I'll stick with the Angus. I'm doing all right with the Angus. I like them a lot. Yeah, so, yeah, Sunnyslope, that was for you. I haven't done a walk and talk with y'all in a while, and I've got to go down to the orchard. We got black plastic, and I'm using that as a weed controller down there. After the duck manure has been dumped down there, you hear those guineas, man, got to get in on the action. After the duck manure's been dumped down there, which I've been doing, that soil will be really fertile, but I don't want weeds to take over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this black plastic down and hopefully kill portions of the weed patches down there, so next year I can sow real food in there. And one of the things I'm going to take down there with me are curly dock stalks. I've got some up here that I'll grab, and I've also got some lamb's quarter and a couple of these little cherry tomatoes that come back every year. So let me grab them. Alright, so I've got the curly dock stalk now, and I've got the tomatoes, and I'm heading on down. I probably should have brought the four-wheeler because my hands are full. I wanted to show you my new hat. The brim on my last one just got all tore up, so the pastor said next time we're at TSC, you get yourself a new hat. So we were there today. He was getting parts for that new Kubota. Jack threw a pin So we had to go get one of them. And like always, we're in there for 2 items, and we walk out with a cart full, including the plastic. So I'm going to move plastic around that's down there, and I'll show you the results of it. He's cutting up a tree right now. He's getting our winter wood put away. And I forget. Oh, he cut the tree, and then it hung up on another tree. And we were waiting for Brother Cody to come down and help clear that mess up, and then that tree fell on its own. So he's down there cutting that tree up, and then later, after I'm done in the orchard, I'm going to go bottle that wine, that 11-day-old wild grape wine. It's now done, and I want to get it up. And I've also got more plums. I thought my plums were all done. I thought I'd picked, you know, as many as would be ripe, but there were more. So, excuse me. Pastor Joe said I should make plum wine with it, but I think I'm going to dehydrate them, because I think they'd be kind of like dried cranberries, and they'll be a really nice flavor to have in the winter when it's cold. So I've still got that ahead of me. Things are changing on the internet. I don't know if you've noticed that. And change is inevitable. Change is part of life, so I'm not saying it's good or bad. There are tons of homesteading channels. But I've also noticed sort of, I don't know how many, you know, 5, 10. I don't watch every single channel, but there's like 5 or 10 big homesteading channels, and they've got a lot of followers, and then there's not a lot of in-betweens, and then there's a bunch of really small ones. And I'm a word person. When I went to college, I studied words, and I like words. I like plays on words. And what struck me recently was how cool some of these homestead names are. I just love some of the, like, reap what you sow wordplay of the channel name. So I'm going to ask you all right now, please, in the comment section here, give me your favorite homestead channel name. Now, I'm not saying the channel that you watch most, because I'm sure of those 5 or 10 that are out there, every single one of them will get named. I'm talking about a clever channel name, a play on words, or a descriptive channel name, something that somebody put a little thought into. And I've got mine. I've already started making a list. I've probably got at least 25 names, but what I'll do is I'll read them off and give you my favorite channel name in another video. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but there was a channel called My Damn Channel, and for whatever reason he shared my channel with his viewers, and so now I haven't even checked today, to be quite honest. I was checking last night. I needed 16 more subscribers to make 4,000, I think. I have no idea if I got that today, but my channel has been growing. And it's not something I actually gave a lot of thought to. I just thought having a channel was kind of fun and a good way to get information out to people, help people, teach people, let people know ways of doing things and preferences and historical facts that are interesting and all that. And now the channel's grown a bit, so I'm really excited about that. I'm honored, and I want to thank every single one of you subscribers who have been hanging in here with me. I think I've had my channel 6 years or something, and some of you have been here from the very beginning, so I thank you very much. And I also thank all you new subscribers who've showed up. I really appreciate comments, especially questions or corrections. If I've gotten some facts wrong or something and you know the real fact, please throw it out there. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. I love interaction, so please comment. And bless you all. Guys, I'm going to get to work, and I'll show you guys the black plastic thing in a minute. Okay, so this is a before kind of picture. There's parts of this orchard that have been just growing up, like it had mulch and all that on it, but it hasn't been weeded, and so it's like that. And then I saw on some other channels they used the black plastic. It's something that we used up in the Pacific Northwest when we lived there, and so I laid it down, and that's the result. It definitely kills those weeds, and so I'm going to use that here in the orchard to do more weed control, and then maybe get more mulch and start planting more things that are beneficial for the trees. I did put lemon balm in here last year, and I've got some peppermint and like some rosemary and stuff that I can transfer down here, and I will do that. But I'm not going to do it now because we're still in the Shemitah. But I can kill weeds, so that's what I'm going to do. Something else that's changing on the internet is, like my friend Biddy Boo's channel, she's started to get more and more reviews, and people are sending her things, and her life seems to be taking a change. What else? There's a lot more just fluff on the internet, but there's a lot of channels like ours that are trying to teach people things, and I think that's a good thing. Thanks for coming on the ride. Bless you. Just got bit by a wood scorpion on my finger, and my husband just left. I've got to run up there and see if I can catch him. Alright, well, I've had more successful video sessions than that. I'm back at the house, and I've got a warm spoon on the affected finger. It was a wood scorpion. We have them in the area. We've never been stung by them before, but there was one under a rock that I was moving to move that black plastic, and he got me on my right hand. So we've given me some aspirin because it's like a bad bee sting. It's not a debilitating poison, and the first aid for it is ice. But I thought I would try a couple things. I crushed up some plantain. I put that on there. Doesn't seem to be having any effect right now. And it's right there. It's just sort of a red irritated spot on my hand. I'm also going to try some lavender oil on it. But right now the most effective thing is just ice, is just cooling it. And the reason I'm just trying a warmed up spoon is because you can do that for a wasp sting. You can put a warm spoon on it, and it denatures or whatever the acid that comes with the bite. And so I was wondering if it would work on this scorpion bite. I'll put a little bit of lavender on there, but I've also got an ice pack, and just putting the ice on it relieves the pain. Whoa! And so that's what I'm doing right now. And I probably won't get to the black plastic laying it out till tomorrow. But you guys saw where it killed weeds, and that was the main reason I was using it, is just to kind of kill those weeds down. And then I took a curly dock seeds and stuff down there, and I'll just throw them around afterwards. They're weeds, so I'm not really, that's not like harvesting or planting squash down there or something. It's just a weed. Yeah, so I'm fine. No big deal. About like a wasp sting. The ice is really effective. It takes the sting away from it. I can't even feel it right now. I'll put a little lavender oil on it, and then I'll probably bottle that wine because it's ready today. Really looking forward to that, and then maybe taking care of the plums also. Maybe get to that tomorrow. All right, bless you. Thanks for watching. Shalom.